Okay, so now we're done with rule 3 as well as adjustments of rule 10. What is rule 3? Rule 3 is nothing but transaction value. What is rule 10? Adjustments in transaction value. And rule 3 plus rule 10 will come into picture when in rule 12 proper officer has accepted your transaction value. Right? Now assume that proper officer has rejected your transaction value in rule 12. He has some doubt. He has some doubt about your truth. He has some doubt about your accuracy. You were unable to convince him. So your value got rejected under rule 12. And when your value got rejected under rule 12, then proper officer will give you the method. That means he will say, go to rule 4 to rule 9 sequentially. Go to rule 4 to rule 9 sequentially, and if you get the answer in rule 4, then no need to go to rule 5. As same, if you have not got the answer in 4, then go to 5. If not 5, then 7 or then 8 or then 9. Am I clear? Am I clear? So now question comes, what is rule 4 and what is rule 9? Understand. What is rule 4? Rule 4 is transaction value of identical goods. Transaction value of identical goods. What is rule 5? Transaction value of similar goods. Transaction value of similar goods. What is rule 6? Change in order. We'll see this afterwards. What is rule 7? Rule 7 is deductive method. Deductive method. Am I clear? What is rule 8? Rule 8 is computed method. Rule 8 is computed method. And what is rule 9? Rule 9 is residual method. Rule 9 is residual method. I hope you're with me. Now, what is rule 4 to rule 9? We'll understand in depth. But before going to rule 4 to rule 9, you need to know the meaning of identical goods and similar goods. Identical goods and similar goods. Now, what is identical goods? Imported goods which are same in all respect, including physical characteristics, quality, and reputation as the goods being valued, except for minor difference in appearance that do not affect the value of goods. Boss, understand what is identical? What I have imported, the same thing somebody else has imported, in reputation also same, characteristics also same, quality also same. For example, if I have imported Reebok shoes from X country, Mr. A has also imported Reebok shoes from the same country, Reeboks. The only difference is, now I have imported black color, he has imported white color. How does that make difference? The only minor difference is appearance that do not affect the value. Black color Reebok shoes as well as white color Reebok shoes, value will remain same. Again repeating, what is identical goods? Identical means which are same in all respect, including physical characteristics, quality, and reputation as goods being valued, except for minor differences in appearance that do not affect the value of goods. Everything is same, characteristics same, quality same, reputation same, everything is same, then only they are called as identical. Identical means replica of each other. Second point to be identical. Produce in the country in which goods being valued were produced. My goods were produced in USA. Mr. A's goods were also produced in USAC. Country should not change. Why? Every country have their own way of cost of production. So every country's costing will be something else. So here the country in which I have produced my goods, the same country Mr. A's goods are also produced. Am I clear? Third, produced by the same person who produced the goods or where no such goods are available, goods produced by a different person. Normally, the producer, the exporter should also be same. Normally, the producer or exporter should also be same, but in this case, okay, I will take this. What if producer is somebody else or as exporter is somebody else? For example, I my goods were produced by Mr. P and Mr. A's goods were produced by Mr. B. But country is same, USA. Country is same, characteristics is same, quality is same, reputation is same. Everything is same. That means they're what? Identical goods. Identical means country has to be 100% same. Very good exporter is also same or producer is also same, but if by chance producer is not same, some other producer will be taken and should have same characteristics, same quality and same reputation. Same characteristics, same quality and same reputation, then only they are called as identical goods. Clear? Is identical goods clear? Is identical goods clear? Now what is similar goods? Which although are not alike in all respects, have like characteristics and like component material which enable them to perform the same function and to be commercially interchangeable. Something which is commercially interchangeable with the goods being valued, having regard to the quality, reputation, and existence of trademark. See, here it was Reebok plus Reebok. Here it is Reebok plus Nike. They're not alike, not exactly same, but quality is same, reputation is same, existence in the of trademark is same. They are commercially interchangeable. Commercially interchangeable means assume I went to a shop to purchase Reebok and Reebok was not available. I purchased Nike because Reebok and Nike for me are equal status, equal level, equal quality, but they are not exactly identical to each other. Identical means both are Reebok. Here they will be called as similar. Here they will be called as similar. Produce in the country in which goods being valued to produce. That means again country should remain same, country should not be changed, and produced by the same person who produced the goods or where no such goods are available, good produced by different person. Understand? Producer should remain same. See, country, so there's no second thought, country has to be same. To come to understand the definition of identical goods or to understand the definition of similar goods, country has to be same. In fact, producer should also be same, but if same producer goods are not available, some other producer goods are available, that will also be taken into consideration. Am I clear? Is identical goods clear? Is similar goods clear? At times they ask a question of theory, difference between identical and similar goods. Am I clear? Can I go ahead? Now, we know the meaning of identical goods. We know the meaning of similar goods. Now, what has happened? In Rule 12, they have rejected my transaction value. They are saying, no ma'am, you have imported, suppose, Reebok shoes in $10. You have imported Reebok shoes in $10. Mr. A has also imported Reebok shoes from the same country, in fact the same producer, and he is importing in $100. Why? Either prove it. Why you were given $10? Why is Mr. A given $100? Either prove it or else I will reject your value under Rule 12, and they have rejected my value under Rule 12. They rejected because I was unable to justify. I was unable to prove it. I was unable to convince them. So they said, sorry ma'am, we won't take your value. We will take transaction value of Mr. A. Make sense? Make sense? It's very logical. It's logical. See, boss, everybody is getting $100. How have you gotten $10? That means something fishy है. मतलब something is wrong. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है हमारे CID वाले. मैं कह something fishy is there, right? So now they're saying, and they're not outrightly rejecting my value. They're saying, I'm giving you an opportunity to being heard. I'm giving a right to speak. You explain me. You justify it. You convince me. I will take your value. But if I'm unable to convince me, unable to justify, sorry, I will reject your value under Rule 12 and I will ask you to go to Rule 4, to Rule 9 in sequentially, proceeding sequentially. So what they're saying, okay, go to Rule 4. Has somebody imported the identical goods at or about the same time? Yes, take his value. Take Mr. A's transaction value, and Mr. A's transaction value is $100. With me? Make sense? Okay. So come to Rule 4. Come to Rule 4. Transaction value of identical goods. The value shall be the transaction value of identical goods sold for export to India and imported at or about the same time. See, one important condition, the two, three conditions. The first condition, it should be imported at or about the same time. I have imported today, somebody else has imported 3 months back, 5 months back. No, boss, it can't be. You have to take something at or about the same time. When I have imported at the same time somebody else has imported, so not exactly same, but at or about the same time. Little bit up, 1 or 2 days I can understand. 5 months I can't understand. First condition. Second, in applying this rule, the transaction value of identical goods in a sale at or about the same time, closest quantity and same commercial level. Understand, these three things you need to satisfy before going for Rule 4. You just cannot take the transaction value of identical goods without considering these 3 points. What are 3 points? At or about the same time, closest quantity, same commercial level. For example, I have imported today at or about the same time, that's near to this time, somebody else must have imported, say, identical goods. One. Second, quantity was matters. If I must have purchased in bulk, so I got bulk discount. So quantity should also not exactly be same, but closest quantity. If I have imported 500 pieces or 500 shoes, 500 pairs of shoes, somebody else must have also purchased 450 to 600. You can't expect that I have gone for 500 pair of shoes and somebody has gone for 50 pair of shoes. Boss, if I purchase in bulk, I will be getting bulk discount. So it should be closest quantity. And third, same commercial level. Same commercial level, that means at what purpose I have imported, for the same purpose that person should also import it. For example, suppose I have purchased to buy and resale. That means I'm here just to make profits. And same thing, he has also purchased for buy and resale. That means our commercial level is same. But at times what happened? Assume. What I did, I wanted to buy Reebok shoes. I had to import Reebok shoes and I was not going to sell it in the market. I was going to give it to the people who are really eligible as very good players. They were really good players, but they were not able to afford this category or this level of shoes. So I thought, let me import it and I will give them free of cost. My intention was not to sell it. My intention was to help the people who deserve it, but they were not able to afford it. One. That means now, suppose I have conveyed this message of mine to the exporter that, boss, I am not here to sell. I want that people should be able to do good in their life. And it should not happen that only because of money they're not able to do good. So one exporter told me, ma'am, you are doing so good thing. Let me be a part of it. I won't charge you extra. Just give me this much amount. One, my purpose was to buy and not sell. My purpose was to buy and give it free to the people who deserve it. Second, Mr. A. Mr. A's purpose was to buy and resell. That Mr. A had an intention to make profit over here. Then why the exporter will give him discount? Why will the exporter give him discount? To here, my commercial level and Mrs. A commercial level is not same. That means now you cannot apply rule 4. To apply rule 4, first it should be identical goods. Second, it should be imported at or about the same time. Third, it should be closest quantity. It should be same commercial level. All these 4 conditions need to be satisfied to apply rule 4. How many conditions? 4. First, it should be identical goods. We have just understood the definition of identical goods. Second, it should be imported at or about the same time. Third, it should be closest quantity. Fourth, it should be same commercial level. If all the 4 things are satisfied, then you are doing right. Assume I've checked that identical goods, yes. At or about same time, yes. Closest quantity, yes. Commercial level, same, yes. That means can I apply rule 4? Yes. What will be the value? $100. What will be the value? $100. I hope you're with me. Yes. Now, in applying, okay, second point, third point. The value shall be adjusted for cost and services in Rule 10 Subrule 2. Understand? We have already studied Rule 10 Subrule 2. I hope you're with me. See what is $100? $100 is transaction value, that is FOB value. Free on board. $100 is FOB value. I hope you're with me. Yes? Can I go ahead? Okay.